Simulan mong abutin ang iyong pangarap na magbibigay dangal sa iyong bukas. Ang suliranin, hindi laging nandyan, dapat mong harapin. Kami iyong kasama sa bawat takin, magkaakbay nating lulutasin. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ang boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ikaw lagi ang bida. Ang mga aral ay ginintuang atin ng bawat guro na siyang gagabay sa iyong pagkamulat. Naway umukit ito sa iyong isipan, maging mapanuri, sundin ng wasto at nararapat. Kagandahang asal ang ipakita, ipadama ang pusong may malasakit. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ang boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ikaw lagi ang bida. Sakali mang tayo'y subukin ng unos, ating haharapin ng walang takot. Sasamahan ka ni Fernan at Dino, ang bagong barkada mo. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, edukasyon mo'y sigurado na. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, edukasyon mo'y sigurado na.
Fernandino Teens TV.
Hello, Dino. Kumusta ka na? Mukhang abala ka ata dyan, ha?
Oo nga, Dino. Ano ba yung ginagawa mo?
Eto, medyo abala nga ako. Kailangan ko kasing sumulat ng isang essay na ipapasok ko sa English subject namin.
Oh, bakit parang hindi ka naman nagsusulat?
Baka nag-iisip pa siya ng isusulat nga, Fer.
Tama ka dyan, Nan. Ang totoo nito, may naisulat na akong topic sentence para sa unang paragraph ko. Ang problema, nahihirapan akong dugtungan nito ng mga supporting sentences.
Ah, ganun ba? Alam ko na. Bakit hindi mo kami samahan ni Nan na panuurin si Ma'am Alona sa kanyang presentation ngayon?
Tama si Fer. Ituturo sa atin ni Ma'am Alona kung ano nga ba ang supporting sentences at kung anong mga teknik ang maaring gamitin para makagawa ng mga ito.
Gusto ko yan, Fer at Nan. Tara!
Let's watch and learn!
Blessing and greetings of positive vibes. Fernandino Teens, are you ready to show support on today's presentation? Come and join me as we do some fun reading and writing activities in today's episode, Fernandino Teens TV, Season 2. I am Ma'am Alona and I will be your English teacher for today. You have learned on your previous modules that there are a variety of techniques to introduce a topic. As you have learned, topic sentence is a sentence that expresses the main idea of the paragraph in which it appears. A good topic sentence informs the reader of the subject that will be discussed in the paragraph, asserts the writer's point of view or attitude, intrigues the reader to continue reading, create a sense of action, and it is not vague, rambling, too narrow, or too broad. topic sentences are usually in the first sentence of the paragraph, but not always. They may also be located within the paragraph or at the end of the paragraph. They may even appear twice at the beginning and at the end. If the topic sentence is within the paragraph, it is preceded by one or more introductory sentences that maybe relate the main idea to the previous paragraph. Let me give you an example. Physical complaints or neurotics, people who have overly anxious, pessimistic, hostile, or tense were once largely ignored by physicians. Many doctors believe that the frequent complaints of neurotics were exaggerations. However, new research shows that neurotics are, fact, more likely to have physical problems. Specifically, researchers found neurotics stand a greater chance of having 5 particular ailments: arthritis, asthma, ulcers, headaches, and heart diseases. In addition, there is evidence that people who are pessimistic in their teens and 20s are more likely to become ill or die in their 40s. The topic sentence is the third sentence. The 2 sentences before the topic sentence introduce the questions of the physical health of neurotics. The topic sentence gives the writer's main ideas on the topic. The last 2 sentences develop the main ideas by giving specific details of the relevant research. Let us continue. The topic sentence can also be found at the end of the paragraph. In this case, previous sentences build up to the main idea. Read with me as I show you an example. A study at one prison shows that owning a pet can change a hardened prison inmate into a more caring person. Another study discovered that senior citizens, both living alone and those in nursing homes, became more interested in life when they were given pets to care for. Even emotionally disturbed children have been observed to smile and react with interest if there is a cuddly kitten or puppy to hold. Animals then can be a means of therapy for many kinds of individuals. Can you identify the topic sentence? Yes, you were right. It is the last sentence, which is animals then can be a means of therapy for many kinds of individuals. Finally, in our review, the topic sentence can be found both at the beginning and at the end of the paragraph. Would you like to see an example? Listen as Ma'am Ann reads the paragraph.
We are on our way to becoming a cashless, checkless society, a trend that began with the credit card. Now some banks are offering debit cards instead of the credit cards. The cost of purchases made with these cards are deducted from the holder's bank account instead of being added to the monthly bill. And checking accounts, which are mainly used for paying bills, are going electronic. Now some people can make computer transactions over their push-button phones to pay bills by transferring money from their account to the account of whomever they owe. Soon, we may be able to conduct most of our business without signing a check or actually seeing the money we earn and spend.
Thank you, Ma'am Ann. Can you help me locate the topic sentences? You are on the right track now. The topic sentences are at the first sentence, which is, we are on our way to becoming a cashless, checkless society, trend that began with the credit card. And the last sentence, which is, soon, we may be able to conduct most of our business without signing a check or actually seeing the money we earn and spend. Now, before we continue, allow me to present to you our objectives for today's episode entitled using a variety of techniques to develop supporting sentences. The objectives of today's learning session are the following. First, review the locations of topic sentence in the paragraph. Second, use a variety of techniques to develop supporting sentences using sample statements and paragraphs. Lastly, identify the pointers in creating supporting sentences in a paragraph. More about developing supporting sentences will be discussed after a short break. Stay tuned on Fernandino Teens TV Season 2.
Ang Schools Division Office City of San Fernando, Pampanga ay kaisa ng Department of Education sa pagsasagawa ng mga proyekto at programa na tumutugon sa mga pangangailangan ng mga mag-aaral. Inilunsad ang Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors upang magbigay ng educational at psychological assistance sa mga mag-aaral, magulang at stakeholders ng division. Kaya, kung may nais kayong itanong tungkol sa pag-aaral, maaaring magpadala ng mensahe sa Division Call Center for Tutors and Guidance Counselors Facebook page o tumawag sa mga numero na makikita sa ibaba ng inyong screen tuwing Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa ganap na alas 8 ng umaga hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Maaari rin kayong sumangguni sa ating guidance counselors na nagbibigay ng guidance and counseling services. Lahat ng inyong ibabahagi ay mananatiling confidential. Ang nasabing programa ay nagsisilbing daan upang malaman ang feedbacks ng stakeholders para matulungan ang ating divisyon na mapagbuti pa ang mga sumusunod na programa. Ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Tumawag na sa aming mga numero o bumisita na sa aming Facebook page at magpadala ng inyong mga katanungan.
Fernandino Teens TV.
Hello again, Fernandino Teens. We are back. Before we proceed with the next part of the presentation, let us do a vocabulary check and learn the meanings of some words used in the previously read paragraphs. Exaggeration is the action of making statements that represent something as better or worse than it really is. Therapy is a treatment intended to relieve or heal a disorder. A debit card is a payment card that deducts money directly from a consumer's checking account when it is used. I hope these words help you in building your vocabulary deposit, Fernandino Teens. Are you ready for another activity? Let us go, guys! Can you pick the sentences which are related with the topic sentence, which is, my online learning routine includes habits that I observe during school days. Here are the sets of statements where you can choose the related sentences. First, I prepare a list of what to do for a certain week so I could get guided. Second, I post videos of me dancing during the weekend so my friends can see me online. Third, I check all the items that I want to buy during sale season in the online shopping app. Fourth, whenever there are scheduled online sessions, I make sure to attend, especially if there is no internet connection problem. Lastly, I do not hesitate in messaging my subject teachers whenever I have some questions to ask about the activities in the modules. At this point of time, let me allow you to think and analyze each sentence. 3 of the 5 sentences show support to our topic sentence, which is my online learning routine includes habits that I observe during school days. Can you identify them now? Let us have them one by one. Does the first sentence show support to our topic sentence? That is right. The first sentence, which is, I prepare a list of what to do for a certain week so I could get guided, show support to our topic sentence. Let us have the second one. You are very good at that. The second sentence, which is, I post videos of me dancing during the weekend so my friends can see me online, does not show support to our topic sentence. It does not have anything to do with it. What about the third one? That is coming along nicely. The third sentence, which is, I checked out all the items that I want to buy during the sale season in the online shopping app, does not show support as well, just like the second sentence. Let us see if the fourth one shows support. Good work! The fourth sentence clearly shows support for these related with online learning. You only have one sentence left. I am happy to see you working like that. The last sentence also shows support to our topic sentence, for it mentions about activities in the modules which are used nowadays in our online learning. I am proud of the way you worked today, Fernandino Teens. Now, let us combine the topic sentence and all the other sentences that show support to it. Let me read the form paragraphs. My online learning routine includes habits that I observe during school days. I prepare a list of what to do for a certain week so I could get guided whenever there are scheduled online sessions. I make sure to attend especially if there is no internet connection problem. I do not hesitate in messaging my subject teachers whenever I have some questions to ask about the activities in the modules. Notice that the location of the topic sentence is at the beginning of the paragraph. The succeeding sentences are all related with the topic sentence. These sentences are actually called supporting sentences. Would you like to know the definition of supporting sentences? Supporting sentences tell you more about the topic sentence. They give the reader more facts about or example of the topic sentence. In a paragraph, supporting sentences talk about how or why about the topic sentence. To add more information, the supporting sentences explain the topic and follow one another in a logical sequence. The supporting sentences of the paragraph develop the main idea you presented in the topic sentence. When writing supporting sentences, you should be giving examples, reasons, or descriptions to support your topic sentence. I hope that those essential information about supporting sentences help you in understanding them better. But actually, I still have more to add. Supporting sentences should focus on the following. First, they should be arranged in logical order. Second, there are usually 2 to 4 supporting sentences in the paragraph. Also, they should not begin in new topic or introduce a new idea. And finally, they should provide the main supporting points for the paragraph topic sentence. A writer can actually use a variety of techniques to develop supporting sentences. In our next activity, assist me as we discover these techniques by matching them with the following supporting sentences. The techniques involved in the development of supporting sentences are using vivid descriptions, using statistics and numbers, using quotations from authorities, using comparison in which one thing is shown to be like another, and lastly, using contrast in which one thing is shown to differ from another. The first sentence in each set is the topic sentence, while the second sentence is in the supporting sentence. Here is the first set. The scenery looks vibrant and colorful. I see a lot of green trees, red flowers, blue skies, yellow sunrise, and white chirping birds. What do you think is the technique used by the writer in developing the supporting sentence? You have just got it. Since the writer clear descriptions using his sense of sight, the technique used in using vivid descriptions. Now, let us have another set. Most students are digitally active nowadays. In fact, a study shows that 85% of high school students have social media accounts. Can you identify the technique used by the writer in developing the supporting details? You are doing a good job. Your clue is the figure, which is 85%. Thus, the writer used statistics and numbers in developing the supporting sentence. Here is another set for you. Many health officials have been expressing thoughts about the pandemic. In the assessment of UN Deputy Secretary General Amina J. Mohammed, she said, "We are facing a human crisis unlike any we have experienced, and our social fabric and cohesion is under stress." Type your guess in the comment box if you can identify the technique used by the writer in developing the supporting sentence. You have figured it out. The writer used quotations from an authority in developing the supporting sentences. A quotation can be direct or indirect statement from a well-known or respected person. Moving on to our another set. Are you ready? Here it is. Most of the countries in Asia offer online learning options for students. The Philippines offers online learning option, especially if the students have the internet access, which is also similar in case with some schools in South Korea. There are two countries featured in the set. These are the Philippines and South Korea. What do you think is the technique used here? I knew you could identify it. The writer used comparison in which one thing is shown to be like another. In the given example, the Philippines is said to be like Korea in offering online learning option. And for our last set, let us have the following. Reading can be performed differently by the students. Skilled students are different from the unskilled students in that they use a method to read a textbook. What do you think is the technique used? Type your answer in the comment box now. You are learning fast. It is definitely using contrast in which one thing is shown to differ from another. In the set of sentences, the skilled students are different from the unskilled ones in terms of performing a method in reading. I'm glad that you did well in your activity, Fernandino Teens. When we return, we shall have more activities that will enhance your skills about the topic that you have learned today. See you later, Fernandino Teens!
Maya po oras kaya kayo, Fernandinos. Ako pala ay Elwin Arl Serrano ng City Tourism Office ng Ciudad San Fernando. Ngayong bulan na ini, pagmasusyan tayo ang National Heritage Month na ating temang Victory and Humanity, Upholding Filipino Heritage and Identity. Kambena nini, metong karang aktibidades na ng syudad, apin ng launching ng bayong Heritage Passport. Yung Heritage Passport, apin ng metong karing proyekto ng kaya katamong syudad, yung paminamuna ng Mayor Edwin D. Santiago. Anong nuka rin makalagelangan ding eganagan ng heritage sites, heritage structures, naakit tamo kin kay katamong heritage district. Makakayado din kini, ding importansya da ding mapel na tradisyon kay ni syudad, kalupa na ning pamangawang parol, ang poing pamangalesa. May awo siyang heritage passport, uling atin kang dapat gawan, anong nukaran puntalan mo lading at tsuking passport, at saka ka mag-selfie. Kay ba't kanta, palto making tourism office, at mamiyalang sticker ka rin eganagan ang apuntulan mong lugar. At timong may ngari ang tutong passport. Balo mingeni, panahon na ini, etamo makain bisa lumal, uli na ng COVID-19 pandemic. Kaya naman kimbanwa nga ini, agkatan ko lading bikers tamo, edad 18 hanggang 50, imbis na lumaot kayo po, di na nyo lang dita ka oras di kaya katamong heritage structures kaya ni syudad. Anya naman karing mumunang 50 bikers ang makayari kaya katamong heritage passport, midinan lang premyong only San Fernando loot bag. Inggawan nyo mo bakit ta makapag-register, munta kayo mismo opisina na ng City Tourism, yung munisipyo, at saka kayo magdalang metong valid ID. Kabiyanin kaya kayong heritage passport, ating makasipit ang instruction nung nano pa ing dapat gawan. Anya naman ka rin hanggang kapadyakin, nanano ko pa, tara na!
Fernandino Teens TV.
Welcome back, Fernandino Teens. In the previous discussion, you learned that supporting sentences can be developed using different techniques. Do you know that through expository paragraph writing, we can combine the topic sentence and supporting sentences together? Let us find more about that. One way to write an expository paragraph is when you give information by giving direction, showing how something happens, or explaining a subject matter. In expository writing, linking words like first, second, then, and finally are used to help readers follow the ideas. An expository paragraph is generally built around 3 parts. The topic sentence allows the reader to understand what you are writing about. The supporting sentences explain the topic and follow one another in a logical sequence. The concluding sentence closes your subject with an emphasis on the final product. Here is an example of an expository paragraph. Let me read the paragraph for you. Going to private college can be expensive. First, college tuition and room and board can cost anywhere from 50,000 to more than 100,000 per semester. Second, materials are also very expensive. Paper, notebooks, writing utensils, and other supplies required often most more of the college bookstore than at any local discount department store. Finally, there are all kinds of special fees added onto the bill of registration time. The fees required to attend to college never seem to end. Have you noticed, Fernandino Teens, that the first sentence is actually the main idea in the paragraph? Therefore, we can say that it is also the topic sentence. The rest of the paragraph talks about how expensive indeed going to private college is. The remaining sentences are the supporting sentences. These sentences explain about the various expenditure in college life. We can also say that the last sentence can be the concluding sentence, for it sums up all the ideas presented in the paragraph. At this point, let us discover the pointers in creating supporting sentences in a paragraph. These pointers can help you in building your supporting thoughts once the topic sentence is already established. Organize the ideas based on your outline. See to it that you use cohesive devices to connect your sentences or ideas. Then, close it with a statement that would remind the reader of the main idea of the paragraph. Use this question as a basic guide when you create and review the supporting sentences. First, is the content interesting and worth remembering? Second, is the style natural and effective in communicating my message? Third, are these parts in my paragraph that are unclear? Now, use the following pointers as your reference in writing your supporting sentences. First, look at the specific pieces of information in your writing. If you feel that it lacks organization or order, rearrange them. Second, remove any information that does not support your message. Add more information which you think are necessary. Third, rewrite parts that are not clear. And lastly, examine your writing style closely. Polish it to make your ideas interesting, colorful, and coherent. I guess I have already given you various essential pointers about supporting sentences. What about an activity that will enhance your skills more? Are you ready, Fernandino Teens? Let's start! After learning the key concepts about supporting sentences, you will be tested on how familiar you are with them. In the next activity, you will read the main idea and identify the supporting sentences that are used to support the topic sentence. You may now type your answers on the comment box or just write them on your pad paper.
A. The Scabiousa butterfly blue was named as the national flower of Mongolia. B. The beautiful flower is very popular in Mongolia and can be found in many parts of the country. C. It also looks like the silver decoration plates on traditional Mongolian horse saddles. Among sentences A, B, and C, which do you think are the supporting sentences? You really make this activity fun. Sentences B and C are the supporting sentences of the topic sentence, which is, the Scabiousa butterfly blue was named as the national flower of Mongolia. Here is another item for you. A. Many people nowadays admire the actors and actresses in K-dramas, especially those who are also members of K-pop groups. B. K-drama series are very popular. C. There are more K-drama series than the Filipino ones in Netflix. Can you pick the supporting sentences in the paragraph? That is the right way to do it. Sentence B is the topic sentence which is found at the middle of the paragraph. On the other hand, sentences A and C are the sentences that show support to the topic sentence. Here is the third one. A. Located in northern Taiwan, Taipei City is an enclave of the municipality of New Taipei City. B. It sits about 25 kilometers southwest of the northern port city of Keelung. C. Taipei, officially Taipei City, is the capital and a special municipality of Taiwan. Let us all identify the supporting sentences in this paragraph. Nice going, Fernandino Teens! Clearly, sentences A and B provide support and further description about the topic sentence, which is Taipei, officially Taipei City, is the capital and a special municipality of Taiwan. I think the fourth one will challenge you. Let me read it for you. A. There are hundreds of varieties of kimchi available. B. The one that Filipinos are most familiar with is made from salted napa cabbage and spices. C. Kimchi is a traditional Korean side dish made from salted and fermented vegetables. It is now your turn to provide me the supporting sentences in the paragraph. You have not missed a thing. The supporting sentences are letters A and B, while sentence C is a topic sentence.
Before we proceed with the final challenge, join me as we analyze the following information about supporting sentences. Type the word true in the comment box if the statement describes supporting sentences. If it does not, just type the word false. You may also write your answer on your pad paper. Let us begin. Here is the first item. The best supporting sentence depends on what the writer is trying to achieve in the paragraph. Is it true or false? Did you answer true? That is the way, teens. The supporting sentences may be related with what you want to achieve in the paragraph as expressed in the topic sentence. Here is the second item. Supporting sentences are independent from the writer's topic sentence. Is it true or false? Much better if you answered false. Remember that supporting sentences must be dependent on the main idea expressed through the topic sentence. Be ready for the third item. Supporting sentences thoroughly inform the reader about the topic sentence. Do you think it is true or false? I noticed that you answered true. You did that very well. The role of supporting sentences is to thoroughly inform the reader about the topic sentence. Now that we have practiced answering some activities and reviewed the important concepts, get ready as we face the last challenge about supporting sentences. See you in a while, only here at Fernandino Teens TV Season 2.
Hindi lamang sa larangan ng pangkabuhayan apektado ang maraming pamilyang Pilipino, kundi maging sa larangan ng pagkatuto ng bawat batang Pilipino. Inilunsad ng siyudad ng San Fernando ang programang Nurturing Environment and System for Thriving or NEST isang education community pantry na naglalayon para sa isang malawakang pagtulong, paglantabay, at paggabay na ang focus ay ang makapagbigay ng tulong at suporta sa ating mga mag-aaral sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng educational needs gaya na lamang ng school supplies, tutorial sessions, study tips, at iba pang mga pamamaraan na mas lalong makatutulong sa pag-angat ng ating edukasyon. Dahil hindi hadlang ang pandemya sa magandang kinabukasang naghihintay sa ating mga mag-aaral. Sino-sino nga ba ang mga kalahok sa programang ito? Sa pagtutulungan ng ating school administrators, guro, magulang, at iba pang mga miyembro ng ating komunidad gaya ng barangay officials at sangguniang kabataan ay siguradong magiging mas matagumpay ang programang ito. Paano nga ba ang magiging proseso ng naturang programa? Una, magkakaroon tayo ng isang Facebook group, ang Pampanga High School Nest Education Community Pantry na pangungunahan ng Educational Pantry Coordinator. Ang mga magulang, tagapangalaga at mga guro ay ia-add ng ating Educational Pantry members sa Facebook group na ito. Sa page na ito maaaring i-post ng mga magulang at tagapangalaga o sino mang miyembro ng Educational Pantry ang kanilang mga kahilingan o requests. Kailangan ding ilagay ang pangalan ng mag-aaral, grade at section para sa mas agarang aksyon. Oo nga pala, hindi lang requests ang pwedeng i-post. Pwede ring mag-post ang mga nais magbigay ng tulong o mga gustong mag-donate. Sabi nga nila, sharing is caring. Tandaan na ang Facebook group na ito ay pribado at posts na may kaugnayan lamang sa page na ito ang maaaprobahan. Mayroon din palang Google Form na ipamamahagi kung saan maaari nating isumite ang ating requests o kahilingan. Paano naman ang mga walang internet access sa bahay? Huwag mangamba dahil merong mga nakalaang drop boxes ang ating paaralan na kung saan maaaring ihulog ng mga magulang at tagapangalaga ang kanilang requests. Sa mga nais namang mag-donate ng school supplies, maaaring ilagay ang mga ito sa tabi ng drop boxes. Maaari ring mag-donate ng mga kagamitan o cash donation kaakibat ang pagsusumite ng deed of donation form. Pangalawa, mahalaga ang ugnayan ng mga guro at ng mga magulang o tagapangalaga sa programang ito. Gamit ang video calls o chats ay ipahahayag ng mga guro ang adhikain ng programang ito sa mga magulang o tagapangalaga. Maaari ring gawin ang orientation na ito ng face-to-face kasabay ng schedule ng kuhanan ng mga module. Gaya ng nabanggit, hindi lamang mga bagay ang maaaring i-donate. Pwede ring mag-conduct ng tutorial session, study tips, at iba pang mga kagamitan sa pagkatuto gaya ng mga aklat o kaya ay gadgets. Ikatlo, ang requested needs ng ating mga magulang o tagapangalaga ay ililista ng ating Nest focal person. Ang mga coordinator naman ang mag-aayos ng mga ito. Ang advisors ng ating mga mag-aaral, guidance counselor, at iba pang mga guro ay ipaaalam sa ating mga magulang at tagapangalaga ang petsa at oras ng pamimigay ng requested needs na gaganapin sa paaralan. Sabi nga nila, it takes a village to raise a child. Kaya naman aktibo at iba yung pakikilahok ang inaasahan sa pagsasanib puwersa ng paaralan at barangay na siyang tutukoy sa pangangailangan ng bawat Fernandinong mag-aaral at kikilos upang matugunan ito sa tulong at suporta rin ng mga miyembro ng komunidad. Isang malawakang komunidad para sa isang produktibong educational community pantry ay tiyak na lilikha ng iba yung pagkilos upang maging mas magaan at madali ang pagkatuto ng bawat kabataang Fernandino. Kaya naman tandaan, magbigay ayon sa kakayahan, kumuha ayon sa pangangailangan.
Fernandino Teens TV.
Welcome back, Fernandino Teens. I guess you are now ready for the final challenge. At this point of the presentation, you will face the last challenge about supporting sentences. Your task is to determine the supporting sentences of the provided topic sentences. You may interactively type your answers in the comment section and later check your scores. Are you ready? Let us go! Here is the first set. The topic sentence is, elephants are very intelligent animals. Which of the following sentences show logical support to the topic sentence? Is it A, an elephant can live as long as 65 years? B, elephants should not be forced to perform in circuses? C, elephants tear off branches of trees to use as fly swatters? D, like chimps, elephants can recognize the reflections in the mirrors? E, for years, hunters shot elephants to obtain the ivory from the tusk? Or letter F, elephants have been seen keeping a vigil over their dead companions? You may now choose 3 supporting sentences. Type the letters on the comment section. That is great! Sentences C, D, and F show logical support to the topic sentence. We now read the paragraph as, elephants are very intelligent animals. Elephants tear off branches of trees to use as fly swatters. Like chimps, elephants can recognize the reflections in the mirror. Elephants have been seen keeping vigil over their dead companions. Here is the second set. The topic sentence is, drinking coffee can be bad for people. Which of the following sentences show logical support to the topic sentence? Is it A, most coffee costs under $5 a pound? B, too much coffee can cause the hands to shake? Letter C, coffee in the evening can interfere with sleep at night? Letter D, as addictions go, coffee is less dangerous than tobacco? Letter E, some people do not like the taste of decaffeinated coffees? Or letter F, drinking too much coffee can lead to a faster heartbeat and lightheadedness? Right on, teens. Sentences B, C, and F show logical support to the topic sentence. We now read the paragraph as, drinking coffee can be bad for people. Too much coffee can cause the hands to shake. Coffee in the evening can interfere with sleep at night. Drinking too much coffee can lead to a faster heartbeat and lightheadedness. Here is the third set. The topic sentence is, if you think school is difficult, it is even harder for older students. Which of the following sentences show logical support to the topic sentence? Is it letter A? It is never too late to gain new knowledge. Letter B, it takes a lot of work to relearn study habits. Letter C, some older students are afraid of not fitting in. Letter D, studies show that more and more adults are returning to school. Letter E, many older students have family and job responsibilities in addition to classes. Or, letter F, older students can contribute to class discussions by talking about their real-world experiences. You are doing beautifully. Sentences B, C, and E shows logical support to the topic sentence. We now read the paragraph as, if you think school is difficult, it is even harder for older students. It takes a lot of work to relearn study habits. Some older students are afraid of not fitting in. Many older students have family and job responsibilities in addition to classes. We are down to the last set. The topic sentence is, some people have very poor telephone manners. Which of the following sentences show logical support to the topic sentence? Is it A, they have an unlisted telephone number? B, some people do not like to talk on the telephone? C, they often make their calls on cordless phones. D, they never identify themselves, but just begin the conversation. Letter E, they often call around 6 p.m., which is most people's dinners are. Or, letter F, they conduct conversations with people around them. At the same time, they are talking on the phone. Keep it up! Sentences D, E, and F show logical support to the topic sentence. We now read the paragraph as, some people have very poor telephone manners. They never identify themselves, but just begin the conversation. They often call around 6 p.m., which is most people's dinners are. They conduct conversations with people around them at the same time they are talking on the phone. I hope you got all the answers correctly. If yes, congratulations to you, my dear teens. To wrap up today's discussion, here are some key ideas which you have to remember. First, supporting sentences tell you more about the topic sentence. They give the reader more facts about or examples of the topic sentence. Second, the techniques involved in the development of the supporting sentences are using vivid descriptions, using statistics and numbers, using quotations from authorities, using comparison in which one thing is shown to be like another. And lastly, using contrast in which one thing is shown to differ from another. And lastly, remember the following pointers as your reference in writing your supporting sentences. First, look at specific pieces of information in your writing. Second, remove any information that does not support your message. Third, rewrite parts that are not clear. And lastly, examine your writing style closely. These are the references used in this episode. I am very proud of you, teens, for outdoing yourselves. I hope that you gain enjoyment and new information with me today. Again, I'm Ma'am Alona, and this is Fernandino Teens TV Season 2.
Ayan, Dino. Ang dami na naman nating natutuhan tungkol sa supporting sentences, di ba?
Oo nga, nalaman natin na ang supporting sentences ay nagpapalawig ng kahulugan at tema ng isang topic sentence.
Natutuhan ko nga din na marami palang techniques upang ma-develop ang mga ito.
Ilan sa mga ito ay ang paggamit ng vivid descriptions, statistics and numbers, quotations from authorities, comparisons, at contrasts.
Gusto ko tuloy gamitin lahat ng teknik na yan sa aking essay.
Ang dami na naman nating natutuhan sa araw na ito. Kaya naman,
Maraming salamat, ma'am!
Isa na namang makabuluhang talakayan ng ating natunghayan, Fernandino Teens.
Samahan niyo ulit kami sa susunod na episode ng
Fernandino
Teens
TV!
Season 2,
Kung saan ang kabataang Fernandino ay angat sa angking talino.
Bagong umaga, yakapin mo ang bagong pag-asa. Simulan mong abutin ang iyong pangarap na magbibigay dangal sa iyong bukas. Ang suliranin, hindi laging nandyan, dapat mong harapin. Kami iyong kasama sa bawat takin, magkaakbay nating lulutasin. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ang boses mo ay mahalaga. Dito sa Fernandino Teens TV, ikaw lagi ang bida. Ang mga aral ay ginintuang atin ng bawat guro na siyang gagabay sa iyong pagkamulat. Naway umukit ito sa iyong isipan, maging mapanuri